So this video will be for those of you who are wondering how to stay organized. I know that sounds like a pretty simple concept, but it can get pretty hard, especially when you have a lot of teachers assigning you all different kinds of homework, usually not taking into consideration that you have five other classes, maybe even six or seven, depending on how ambitious you are. But it's really important to get organization instilled in your routine because it's going to help you as the year progresses, especially when finals come around. You're going to want to have an organized routine. Just relieves a little bit of stress. So, the first thing that I do, if you have other ways of doing this, totally fine. These are just a few ideas that I have, that some of my friends use that I find helps them, even some of my teachers, some organizing methods that they've taught me. But the first thing is getting a planner. Now, this is mine. It's pretty big. You don't need a big one. Some people have really small ones and it works great for them. I had a smaller one last year. But what I really like about it is that it actually maps out the whole month for you. So if you have events going on, don't even have to be school related. You can just write everything down so that you can kind of look at your whole month and plan events that are happening, getting to see if you can do certain things or not. Another aspect of having a planner that I really like is that it has a section for each individual day. So this is like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And what I used to do was I would write down on each day the work that I wanted to get done that day, but I found that it was just really stressful because I wasn't writing it down on the actual due date. And if I couldn't get those things done when I wanted them to, I felt like I was falling behind versus now I write them down when they're due the actual date, and then I feel like I'm making progress versus okay, I have to get all these things done today or I'm behind even though they're due like next Wednesday. This is just when I want to get them done. Anyway, just an idea. Another thing is getting an SHC calendar. It's really easy. You just go to the main office and say, "Hey, can I have a calendar?" You might not even have to ask. Sometimes they have a pile of it on the counter, so super accessible. But what I really like about these calendars is that, well, first of all, they have the entire like different schedules. They have blue days, white days, gold days, green days, math days, flow rotation, all the different schedules. And it actually, let's see if you can see it. It says it right here what kind of day it is, which is super helpful. So, I mean, you can just look it up on your phone if you want, but I like having a physical copy, and it says the important events that are happening each day. So it's nice just to have, yeah, like a physical, tactile copy of your calendar. Also, the last like physical thing that you might need is getting folders, individual folders for each of your classes. You might be thinking, well, yeah, of course I have folders for each of my individual classes, but I know that some people don't, and it's really important because, again, as I was mentioning earlier, as finals are coming around, if you can't find your classwork, you are going to be like going crazy because you can't find you can't find your study guides, you can't find pamphlets or assignments that you did earlier on in the year that you want to use to study. It's super important to have individual folders for each class because you can just grab it and then you have everything. If there's like a little file thing, I know some people have accordion files, and then you can put papers in that you don't want to carry around all day but you still need for studying. That's also a great method, but definitely just have little separate compartments for each of your papers for each of your class. I highly recommend not recycling your class papers until the year is over because, especially for your second semester final, you're gonna want to have everything. So definitely keep those somewhere. Now, these are things that are more things that you should instill in your normal routine, not as much physical things like planners, folders, and calendars. But having an organized workspace, I find that it's really helpful. I'm sitting at my desk right now, but just having a place where everything's organized and you can just do your homework is really great, because you can keep everything in neat little piles. You just have a place to work where you have all of your resources, everything you need. That's where I keep pretty much all of my school documents. So it's just, oh, I need to study physics or chemistry. I can just pull out my stuff right now. So that's really helpful. Another thing is cleaning your room. You probably hear this a lot from your parents, but it's really helpful. I know it's annoying to keep up. I struggle with this sometimes, but it's really important because I find that when my room's messy, I often can't find things, even if I put them on my desk. Like someone might have moved them and I don't know. It's just, overall, it's just a good idea to have your room clean because you don't want things to get lost. It's the worst feeling having something lost when you really need it. So just clean your room, have an organized workspace. It's really helpful. Um, Moving on, putting events in your calendar. So, and this can be like to do lists, setting alarms on your phone is awesome. So you get that daily reminder. Putting them in your Apple Calendar, again, you get daily reminders so you don't have to, if you don't like writing things down, then that's something that works great. You can use sticky notes, you can stick them like on your desk so that you see it when you're walking in the door, like, oh, I have to do that. But just if your teacher's saying, like, just a reminder, next week we have a quiz or something, writing that down before you forget so that when you get home, you have a clear picture of what you need to do that day. Yeah, I think that's about it. Just in terms of physical things, just a little overview, getting an SHC calendar, keeping a planner, having individual folders or an accordion file to keep all of your school papers separate, keeping them for the whole year. Um, that's really important. And then having an organized workspace, cleaning your room, and then just throughout the day, setting alarms, putting things in your calendar, writing to-do lists for yourself, just things that you can remember when you have to do things and so that you don't forget them. All right, that's all. If you have any questions, let me know down below. I hope this video helped. Bye.